Dinoco. Team Dinoco is a Easter egg from Toy Story. So there is a screenshot of its first Easter egg appearance from Pixar. So this is his first appearance from Toy Story at the gas station when Woody and Buzz got lost. Before they got to Pizza Planet by Todd, the Pizza Planet truck, I believe. Before Sid busted them at the claw machine. So without further ado, let's review them. So we're going to be taking a look at Strip Riders the King. So screenshot of the King, known as Richard Petty. So he is a very iconic and famous character. This is his voice actor, Richard Petty, from the first Cars movie. And one of the first characters as well. And a very classic character. And unfortunately, he barely got screen time in Cars 3 as well, which is pretty sad. And he was very damaged at the end of the first Cars movie, and thankfully he was all fixed at the end of the first Cars movie in the credits. So without further ado, let's review the King. So this is my actual rubber tire one. Vitaline, mood springs, no stall, piston couple, torque pistons, gas pan, retread, easy idle, 43, Dinoco. He resembles the Plymouth Superbird, Dinoco, 43. Looks very happy, 43. Nice spoiler, Dinoco. 9/11, 91st day of 2011, 1970 Plymouth Superbird. A very iconic model. Looks outstanding. Not too rare, a very cheap diecast. Especially the Thailand variants as well. But the Disney Store ones are hard to find nowadays because Disney Store ones are discontinued. Dinoco, nice spoiler. So let's get to the metallic one, which was canceled from Diecast Dungeon. It was $199, but for mine, I got this in the summer of 2019 for $20 from a Chinese seller with fixed eyes. Not too bad, but amazing. Very shiny. 310th day of 2012 looks very shiny. Much better than a lenticular one, but I still need a lenticular one, but not sure if I'll get the lenticular one, but maybe at a flea market someday, but I don't know. Raised rims. Same Plymouth Superbird copyright. Now let's get to the silver one that was released in 2020. The silver racers were released in 2020 again during the coronavirus. And I forgot to review silver chick kicks in Piston Cup nights as well. Unfortunately, black bumper, blue rims, Dinoco. Unfortunately, no silver eyeline. Looks relaxed. Silver spoiler. 43 blue rims. Different copyright compared to the China one. 5th week of 2020. I think I got this from an eBay seller. I reviewed this with Tim Trellis and Cupcake Rhymer Queen. I think this was like 5 years ago I reviewed this, I believe. A 3-in-1 review. Looks really, really outstanding on him. With the silver racers. Now let's get to the Damage King. There's that GIF scene where Chick Hicks bumped into the King before McQueen pushed the King to his final lap before the King's retirement, before McQueen helped the King get to his final lap. In the very first Cars movie, you just get that piston cup. You know that? This is how similar, and this is similar to Doc's crash in Cars 3. But this is way worse in McQueen's crash. But if you can't, this is, as you can tell, this is the Thailand Damage King. This is his matte finish. But I prefer the Thailand Damage King over the China one. But you can, this is his smile. I prefer that. Nice dirt, amazing dirt. This was released in 2022. It's about to become rare. I saw this from Get Me Collectibles. It's $60. 13th week of 2022. Bent spoiler. I wish the windows were metal, but that would be nice in my opinion. But I would love to, we will compare Cal Weathers and the King, and we will explain why Cruz Ramirez isn't there after we review Cal Weathers. And the reason why King wasn't in Cars the video game because the King retired as well. Now let's move on to Cal Weathers. So there is his artwork in Cars 3. Cal Weathers slash Hank Weathers in Cars 3. One of McQueen's buddies along with Bobby Swift and Brick Yarley. Before the Los Angeles 500. Very iconic buddies and friends. Very classic friends. And stock cars. And Cal Weathers did retire before the Los Angeles 500. It was a heartbreaking thing that he did not appear in the Los Angeles 500. McQueen had no friends before his crash. That was a very heartbreaking thing in my opinion. And it was a very sad thing in my opinion. We're not going to talk about this. And he was voiced by Kyle Petty. So without further ado, let's review cow wetters. So the real reason why I have two cow wetters, so this one says Hank wetters, so this one says cow wetters. So the cow wetters one says it's more accurate, so this is his own model, so he looks more relaxed. Says Dinoco, piston cup, vittle line reporting, RPM, nitro rate, octane gain, clutch aid, 42. Numbers barely changed. Dinoco. $185th day of 2017. The Hank one says 17th day of 2017. Sky blue. Nope. Light blue for cow wetters. Dinoco. So, the King will always be my favorite Dinoco racer. So, cow wetters is, I believe the cow wetters is returning for Race and Rescue. So, there's a screenshot for the poster, I believe. It's kind of nice that the stock cars are returning. So for Hank, he's sky blue. A comparison. The blue is quite different. The names are obviously different. So who do you prefer, Cal or Hank? I have to go with Cal because he looks more accurate, especially the name. So let's go with metallic Cal. So he's okay. He was one of the first metallic cars. So we do have metallic Komodo this year. I believe metallic Cal is not fully metallic, especially the back and this part. And this. Even the eye plate as well. Thailand did a decent job on metallic Cal wetters. Really nice design. So let's do a comparison with the King. I think Metallic King did a phenomenal job, especially the canceled one. So which metallic car did a phenomenal job? I think the King, but what is yours? But the metallic... It would be nice if they did silver Cal, but what is yours? So the real reason why I didn't go for Cruz because she is a trainer. And plus, she was part Dinoco and part Rusty, so that is why King and Cal are fully Dinoco. Numbers were barely different. 3 and 2 were changed. Rims are fully different. Models were changed. Models are extremely different, I mean. Cal has extremely different numbers. No, designs are fully different. So which racer is your favorite? The King or Cal? So I have to go with strip wetters, but what is yours? Now let's go with the team. So here are the Pitties. Most commonly is, we all know is Luke Pettlework. Now let's go into the team. Luke Pettlework, screenshot of the Pitties and the crew chief. The small Pitty is Luke Pettlework. The white Pitty is Andrew. The tall Pitty is Steve. The crew chief is Roger Wheeler, which was named in 2018. The crew chief was King for Cal's crew chief, which Mattel did not release, unfortunately. And those Pitties returned in Cars Tree, I believe. Not to the Florida 500. I think Dinoco retired barely during the Los Angeles 500, unfortunately, and the Florida 500, but they thrived again when Dinoco got back, when Cruz and McQueen won at the Florida 500, which is good. Thank God. So without further ado, let's do Luke Pettlework. This is actually the original China release, so here he is, looks relaxed. This is the original Luke Pettlework, I believe. 25th day of 2008. Looks relaxed from the world of cars. Dinoco hat, the small Pitty is Luke Pettlework, officially named. Nothing else much to say, and during that time for the World of Cars and Race Obama, he had a 4 stack of tire, which was blue. No Lightyear stack of tire. Oh, I forgot to mention the launcher. Before the haulers, we will go into deep with the launcher. And the toolbox. And for the toolbox, and the toolbox does not go, unfortunately. We did not go into deep with the toolbox with shiny wax and RPM, unfortunately. And I'm sorry. And for Thailand, this is a unibody, I believe. 16th week of 2022. Brown base. I got this in 11-pack at Target. With Brad Miller, Dollar Vanderspin in the Piston Cup 11-pack, which got extremely bad peg warmth. The hat is plastic, unfortunately. Now let's go with Andrew, the wide Pitty. So here he is, looks happy, but the mouth is faded bad, so might get a replacement. Dinoco. Same model as the Trunk Fresh Pitty and Jerry Drive Chain. 55th day of 2010. Barely see the date stamp. Blue rims. Bad chipped. Not sure if I'll get a replacement. He was first released in the Piston Cup Nights 2010 along with the Chick Kicks crew chief and Roger Wheeler. Not in Wheeling, Illinois, lol. Andrew and Steve are unofficial names. Let's go with Steve, known as the Tall Pitty. Looks extremely relaxed. Dinoco Tall Pitty. 55th day of 2010. Very, very relaxed and chilled. I believe that's a brown base, but I'm not too sure. Same model as Stacy and Pedro Pulaski. Like I mentioned, Andrew and Steve are unofficial name. This is Steve and this is Andrew. They are unofficial names, like I said. They have green eyes, especially Luke Pettlework. Now let's go with Roger Wheelwell. This is the Dinoco crew chief. He has the same model as Chief Chick, Chief Nitroade, and Chief Entuo Cola. Bailey's 3259 tree. 270th day of 2010. The Dinoco crew chief known as Roger Wheeler, which was named in 2018 in a 2-pack, looks very happy that the king is winning. A very great release. Unfortunately, he has a mouth plate, and the headset's plastic. And the back's plastic, unfortunately. Very disappointing, but I love how some of the Piston Cup crew chiefs are pickups, which is my favorite. Now let's do the launcher. I like how back in the days, like when you can pump up the gas and you can launch, but I had to take off the rubber bands so I don't have to chip them badly. And there's the toolbox. There's the, what should I say this? The stop sign, the gas pipe, and there's the Dinoco logo, and there's the gas sign, tires. Now let's move on to the trucks. Now we're moving on to the Cars 1 hauler known as Gray. Screenshot of his appearance. Gray. At the end of the race, when McQueen got to his team and his Radio Springs crew. And not only that, here is his car finder appearance. Trailer. Oh, by the way, I do not have the one that has the semi that has the one without the closed hole. So without further ado, let's review Gray. So here he is, looking to the left. Looks very happy. There's the Dinoco logo. And when I accidentally put the Team Dinoco in the pool, I was surprised that they won. 302nd day of 2008. On my 8th grade graduation, on my graduation gift, I got my gray hauler, and this is one of my favorite haulers in my opinion. Piston Cup haulers. Dinoco. Let's see the logo. R6 833. Dinoco mud flaps. Looks very happy. And there's the 40 tree, the King, Dinoco Racing, Dinoco Satellite Dish, 40 tree, the King, Dinoco Racing. And I put stickers on them when I was a child, 14. I was just a kid when I was 14 that time. Silly me. Orange, look, gray rips. That was very accurate. Good job, Mattel. And he was also re-released in 2023, thankfully, as a Vietnam variant. And blue toolbox. Good job, Mattel. And let's do the semi variant. So the semi one looks very enthusiastic. Expressions are very different. And the semi one with the hole was both released with the hauler, I believe. The hauler with the gray hole opens safely, connects safely, but the semi one does not connect safely. You can connect the King. Last but not least is Harina Fencil. So screenshot of her appearance in Cars 3. She is Cal Weathers' hauler. I think her official name was revealed in 2022 or 2021, I believe. She is Cal Weathers' hauler or trailer, I believe. She did retire or got fired when Cal Weathers retired before the Los Angeles 500. I'm glad she got an official name in 2022 or 2021. Just like June Faster, the blinker hauler from Cars 3, Speedy Comet's hauler, the stock car. So without further ado, let's review Haulena Fecho. So I did get the trailer in 2022 at the flea market. So I got this semi at a flea market in August of 2023 at the same location, which was funny. So here's the trailer. Looks very happy. Dinoco 42. 128 day of 2017. Is that paint? Maybe I should clean this up after I'm done recording. 42 bigger font. Really nice done. Blue mud flaps. DNC 42. Outstanding work. Let's compare it. Let's do a big comparison after this. There's the Dinoco trailer. Dinoco 42. 42, pretty bland. back, but I can understand why. Boy, there's a satellite dish. Oh, off topic. So Pixar had a pretty interesting errand cardistry with the Crew Chief King. So combined with Roger Wheelo and the King. So that was a pretty funny error. Just so you know. So I forgot to mention that. Just so you know. But anyways, wrong side, but anyways, same rims. So let's do a comparison with gray. Expressions are most likely different. Smalls are different. Everything looks the same, especially mud flaps. Let's do the trailers. Everything looks very drastically different. Concluded for episode 14. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and who is your favorite member for Team Dinoco that I reviewed? I think I'll have to go with Metallic the King, non-lenticular, because he is the most rarest member in this episode that I reviewed. But what is yours? And we'll see you next time, and goodbye. Hope you enjoyed episode 14. Bye.